Hello friends, my name is Dheeraj Vaidya from wallstreetmojo.com. This is part 6 of our ratio analysis video series, and in this installment we will learn about quick ratios. In simple terms, quick ratio measures the ability of the company to repay the short-term debt with the help of its most liquid asset. In this tutorial we basically have 4 objectives. 1. Understand what quick ratio is all about. Number 2. Look at its formula and calculations. Number 3, apply quick ratio calculations in Colgate case study. And number 4, what its interpretation. But before we jump into the tutorial, a quick reminder. We will be working on the files which we have for this video, that is the Colgate case study. So if you haven't downloaded it yet, then please do so from the description link below. And also, to keep yourself updated with the investment banking and core finance concepts, please do subscribe to our channel, Wall Street Mojo. So let's get started. I hope you found this video to be useful. Please do like and share. And if you have any feedback or want to suggest a topic for any future video, then you may do so by writing about it in the comments section. Also, we come up with interesting videos on investment banking and core finance topics regularly. So if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please do so by clicking on the subscribe button below so that you can get the notification about our latest videos. I hope you enjoyed the video. Have a nice day. What is a quick ratio? Quick ratio is actually a part of the ratio analysis framework, and it comes under the solvency ratio. Solvency ratio is again divided into 3 parts: current ratio, quick ratio, and cash ratio. In our last video, we did discuss about the current ratio in much more detail. What exactly is the formula and what are the certain limitations. Quick ratio actually addresses the limitations of current ratio, and we'll discuss all of that in more detail. But just to give you a definition of what quick ratio is, quick ratio actually checks for the short-term liquidity of the company and whether the company will be in a position to pay off its short-term liabilities, that is the current liabilities. I'll come to the formula and then we will discuss what are the limitations of current ratio and how quick ratio actually addresses that. So let's look at the formula first and then we will get into the detail. Here is the formula of quick ratio. Look at the formula of quick ratio. Cash plus marketable securities plus account receivables divided by your current liabilities. What was current ratio? Current ratio was basically current assets divided by current liabilities, right? This was the formula for current ratio, but the formula for quick ratio is cash plus marketable securities plus account receivables divided by current liabilities, right? How is this formula different from quick ratio? The primary difference, if you look closely, is that in the numerator, inventory is missing. Cash, marketable securities, account receivables divided by current liabilities, there's no inventory on the top. The formula for quick ratio can also be written like this: quick ratio equal to current assets minus inventory. Okay, minus inventory. So we are saying that we should not include inventory and divide it by current liabilities. Why is the reason, what is the reason why we are not including inventory in the numerator? The answer lies in the way, we define this ratio. It's called as quick, right? So what we are assuming is that how quickly we can convert the current assets into cash. That is a parameter. Inventory, if you look at, inventory takes a bit longer as compared to these, right? Inventory, how will the process of inventory will happen if it has to convert into cash? First, it will be a raw material inventory, then it will become work in progress inventory, then it will be finished goods, then finally the sales process will happen. Once the sales process happens, if it is in cash, you get cash, right? But if it isn't, you convert that into account receivable. So if you look at, inventory has a long process of converting that current asset into cash. So that's why you kind of reduce the quick ratio. Reduce the inventory from the numerator. I'll come to the limitations and why quick ratio is super useful if you are looking at analyzing a specific company. And all financial analysts, believe me, use this as one of the most important ratios to look at. Let's look at an example. Let's say there's a company whose current assets is 1200. Okay, and I would also give you the bifurcation of the current assets: cash, marketable securities. Right, we just discussed marketable securities. Marketable securities are those securities which can you tradable. You can easily sell that and convert into cash. Accounts receivables, and then let's say inventory. So let's assume we have these 4 types of current assets, and I'll also give you the bifurcation: 100. Let's say this is 200, and inventory, let's say it is, for argument's sake, it is 800. Okay, so this is sum total is 1200. Let's take the current liabilities. Though the bifurcation won't be important, I'll just give you some random number. This, let's say it's 1000. Okay, if you calculate the current ratio will be how much? Current ratio will be current assets 1200 divided by current liabilities, right? We get this as 1.2. How do we interpret? If you remember from our last video, we did say that if current ratio is greater than 1, it's a good situation to be in. It seems like it's a good position, right, for a company. Current ratio greater than 1 is a good position. But what about quick ratio? If you look at the quick ratio, how did we define the formula? It was like cash plus marketable securities plus account receivables divided by your current liabilities, or you can divide it by current liabilities. So I'll use the second formula. It's one and the same. So this is current assets minus inventory divided by your current liabilities. So what do we get here? We get 0.4. Now imagine a scenario where you are running a company and all of your inventory, like in this case, majority of your current assets is actually stuck here in the form of inventory, and you're unable to sell the inventory. So what's happening? Quick ratio will immediately detect that situation, that your company is not having the right kind of liquidity position because most of your current asset is stuck in the form of inventory. However, when you look at current ratio will not be able to detect that, right? That's the limitation of current ratio. It doesn't account for the quality of current assets, how soon can it be converted into cash. But quick ratio addresses that limitation by removing the inventory from the formula itself. An excellent one to actually look at. Okay, so I assume that you now understand the difference between the two and what is quick ratio and how it is interpreted. Interpretation would be similar actually, just like the current ratio. If it is greater than 1, it's a good position, of course. If it is equal to 1, then obviously it's a reasonable, I would say it's okay. And if it is less than 1, then it's a worrying position, bad situation to be in. So you might want to investigate further and see what's happening within the company in this case. So that's how quick ratio is interpreted. Now let's look at Colgate case study and calculate the quick ratio and see if there is any difference between the current ratio and quick ratio, and are there any wild changes like the one in which we did this example, if there are any changes or not. So let's do that. So I want you to open this balance sheet worksheet tab, and this is where we have the balance sheet of Colgate for the last 5 years, and the objective is to calculate quick ratio for Colgate. I want you to go to row number 99. Row number 99. This is where we will calculate quick ratio. And how do we calculate quick ratio? Current assets minus inventory divided by current liabilities. So that's what we will do. So where is the current assets? Current assets are here. This is the total current assets. So if you look at what are the total current assets comprises of, it's cash and cash equivalents, receivables, inventory, and other current assets. So basically we need to remove inventory from the total current assets for the formula, right? That's what we discussed. So we have removed the inventory and we will divide it by current liabilities. So the current liabilities here are lots of it: notes and loans payable, current portions of long-term debt, accounts payable, accrued income taxes, other accruals. So don't worry, you need to take the full amount. Okay, anyways, in this case, and press enter. Okay, so what do we get here is the quick ratio is 0.96. Okay, and the current ratio was 1.31. More or less, this is a similar situation like the one which we saw earlier in our example, where current ratio was more than 1 and quick ratio was less than 1. It gives a contradictory interpretation. So this is the reason, quick ratio becomes very, very helpful. And let's copy and paste this formula and see how the trend is for quick ratio across the years. So quick ratio actually improved marginally in 2017, but from 2018 onwards, it is showing a decreasing trend. Again, if you look at 0.61 versus 0.99, it's like a very bad situation to be in. So this doesn't look good. Okay, it doesn't look good for sure for Colgate. So from liquidity point of view, right? Because even though current ratio is just enough to cover for its current liabilities, the quick ratio is not in a healthy position. So that's how you basically calculate quick ratios and its interpretation overall. I hope you found this video to be useful. Please do like and share. And if you have any feedback or want to suggest a topic for any future video, then you may do so by writing about it in the comments section. Also, we come up with interesting videos on investment banking and core finance topics regularly. So if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please do so by clicking on the subscribe button below so that you can get the notification about our latest videos. I hope you enjoyed the video. Have a nice day.